Write about a special place.
Why she decided to plant a garden that summer, the first garden since the passing of her husband 18 years ago, the daughter never knew. Maybe in preparation for her own departure the next year. But that's a story we'll never know for sure, the daughter said to herself. The mother was a resilient woman of mighty spirit and great joy. She had lived unscathed by dust bowl and childhood poverty, the stories of which made the daughter weep and yearn to protect her mother as a girl. In one story, the mother said she remembered having only 2 things to wear, but dreamed of a dress of many colors and of one day having shoes to match each color. The daughter wept. Her mother remembered only the joy of a childhood desire. The mother had also lived not unscathed, but nonetheless hopeful through the years of her husband's depression and drinking. So why was it now, her mother thought, that she felt these bursts of sudden anger and unprovoked crying and great, great fatigue? She didn't know, but the plans for the garden began. The ground had lain fallow since the death of her husband, but she began to coax the earth back to life. She kneaded new soil into the clay-heavy dirt. Gumbo, she remembered her mother calling it when she was young, when she showed her how to soften the clay in her hands, then roll it into snakes, and then she would coil the clay snakes into baskets. Sometimes she would fashion other animals. And into this earth, reworked and ready, she decided to plant squash. Only squash. A squash garden. The blooms were beautiful. The mother knew she would need cages for the plants, wire cages to protect the tender vines and coax them skyward, letting the plant inch its way through the wires, exposing each blossom and new and tiny fruit to the sun, never leaving it to nature, where in the mad swirl of vines, blossoms could be bruised or broken or hidden. And so she began to make the cages. She'd sit in the bedroom, the room she had shared with her husband for 35 years, the room that now had the television, the place she sat either to watch TV or to look at the patio doors onto the patio and bird-filled hedges, and now the garden. She was not a craftsy type. She didn't crochet or have projects, but she took coat hangers, not the flimsy kind that came from the cleaners, but the sturdy ones that you could hang a winter coat on, and softened the metal, molding it into the framework of wire that she placed tenderly around each plant. Why squash, the daughter thought. She never cooked it. Then 3 months later, while on a short visit to her mother, she walks out onto the patio to the hallelujah chorus of squash blossom. Blossoms poking their heads through the opening in the wire like the wide open mouths of the chorus. When the daughter remembers this vision now, she starts to say, "Oh, Mama, what beauty," but remembers her mother is no longer there. And now when I remember, I say out loud, "Mama, oh, Mama,